Hello, I think we're live. So tonight I've got someone really special with me at our Entrepreneur Lifestyle Huddle. I've got Neelam Marnie from Get Digi with me tonight. Hi Neelam, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We were having a little bit of a chat before about working from home, and you gave me such a good little tip about going for a walk at lunchtime, because I tend to just sit here all day and get a sore back and then realize I've been sitting here for 6 hours. I might just check that we are live on my phone just to make sure, because you just never know on this thing. Have you used this before?
Not me live, no.
Yeah, no, it's good fun. Okay, we are live. We've got two. Oh, hey Sarah. Hi Sarah, I've got a comment. Okay, so we're working. Great. So we might get started because I've got quite a few questions for you. Earlier, I think it was about a month ago, I had asked the guys in the group what sort of topics they want to cover, so we can get some experts in. Because obviously, as you know, being in business, there are so many different areas that we need to be all over. And sometimes it's nice just to be able to ask questions. So guys, for those of you that are watching, I'm going to go through some questions. If you've got questions, please type it into comments and I'll keep my eye on that as well. So, feel free to type up some questions for me. So firstly, I'd like you to tell me a little bit about Get Digi with It, which is your business. And I think it's got like the best name ever. So tell us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so basically Get Digi with It is all about digital marketing, which I hope the name brings across. It started about 4 or 5 months ago. I was doing it part-time, just helping out friends and family with digital marketing, and then I realized, it's something that I could do on my own. And also, working in the digital marketing space, I worked in a few agencies where businesses would obviously use those agencies for digital marketing, and that's when I realized not all businesses are getting all the love that they need to be able to actually grow to their full potential and access the digital market as they should. And that's when I decided I'll start to get Digi with it myself and start helping businesses and give them 100% of my love so they can get the most out of the digital space that they could.
Awesome, because we were having a little bit of a chat before we came on and talking about how, social media, digital marketing especially, it seems like something that you could do yourself, but then it's not, as I know even from growing my group, there's actually not as intuitive as we think, and once you get started, you tend to realize how much you don't know. So I've got some questions here, and feel free to interrupt me if you've got other things you want to tell us, because like I said, you're the expert, and I love for any pointers that you may have for everybody. So this is a really good one for me as well for my business. We always hear our mentors and experts talk about how important it is to grow our email list. So in your mind, how important is growing our email list, and what would be the best way for business to get started?
Yeah, so I think growing your email list is extremely important for any business. Number one, if somebody's given you their email address, they've given you one-on-one contact for you to talk to them on an ongoing basis to stay top of mind with that person. And that is, in the digital market, very rare now. So in terms of ROI as well, year on year, we've got studies coming through saying, if you do email marketing well, then you can see a high ROI for your business. You can see consumer retention and all of those things rocket through the roof. And I mean, sending out emails is free, other than the ESP you're paying for. If you're paying for a content marketer, fine. But otherwise, it's a free tool you can use. And I think in terms of what you can do to really grow your email list, there are things that you can do that are paid and unpaid. So start with the unpaid first. The easiest things you can do is really, with your social pages and things like that, have a link to your email sign-up list. So have a link to a sign-up page where people can just simply sign up to your emails. Another thing you can do is, if you've got blog content on your page, the bottom of each blog content, put a CTA there. People can sign up to your list that way. Tell people about your list. You can do that way. And then when it comes to paid things, you can always, do Facebook lead gen ads. You can also do partnership sends and things like that. So there are a lot of ways that you can grow your list. And I think I have a blog article that's 15 ways to grow your list. So that's 15.
And
go check out that article.
Yeah, so that's on your website.
Yeah.
We might put a link down afterwards. Yeah, I think too with the email list too, it's something that sometimes when I visit websites, is one thing that I notice now when someone don't have somewhere to sign up, which is it's just one of those things that you've just got to do, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, if you've got a promotion or if you want to tell somebody about a sale, or for instance, if you've got, if your business is going to be closed for a certain amount of time, an email is the best way to let somebody know, especially if you've got, opening hours as your subject line or something. It's a great communication tool just to keep in touch with your customers.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know even in traditional businesses where, we're starting to collect people's emails. It's just a much cheaper way of sending a letter, isn't it? So with social media being so important now, do you think we still need to worry about SEO for websites?
Definitely. So I think SEO is something that all businesses should be looking at and focusing on. SEO, not only does it, help you rank in Google searches, so I'm sure everybody knows what SEO is, but basically it's search engine optimization. So when you search for someone on Google, the organic ranks that come up, you optimize your site to come up on those rankings. I think it's important because number one, that's a free way to be seen basically. If you're keeping your website clean, then if somebody has the intent of searching for your services online and you're targeting the right keywords, you'll come up and that's a free view. Secondly, SEO, what Google does is it ranks you based on your user experience, what the user experience is, how easy your site is to navigate and things like that. So it forces you to make sure that your site is also user-friendly. It forces you to make sure that you're mobile optimized, that your pages are easy to read, that your website is easy to use, and so it'll help with conversions as well. And social media is actually a part of SEO. So social media can help you, if you're doing social media well, boost your SEO rankings. So I think it's extremely important.
So you kind of want to look at the social media and your SEO website as kind of being a part of one strategy rather than keeping it separate. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is social media should be a part of your of your SEO strategy. Sorry. So for example, let's say, and then you share that blog post on your social media. If that blog post then is shared by everybody else on social media, then that specific blog post will be seen by Google as interesting content and relevant content because it's saying, hey, somebody shared this 100 times. Make sure that person's high ranks now. So yeah, they should work hand in hand.
They work together. So I believe you have written an ebook on SEO just for our group. So thank you so much for doing that. And at the end of the interview, I'm going to place a link in the comments so everyone can go and download it. So thank you so much for doing that. That's really awesome. No, it was wonderful when you put up your hand and you said, well, I'm going to write an ebook for you guys. So, it's a really lovely thing to do. So what is the best value for money if a business was to invest in digital marketing? You kind of answered this a little bit about social media working hand in hand with the SEO, but do you think people should look at social media paid advertising like Facebook ads, or should we still be using Google ads, or should we be looking at both, for example?
Yeah, so I think when it comes to where you should be putting your money when it comes to digital marketing, as much as possible, I would always say have it as an all-round strategy. So email, SEO, SEM, social. Try to have it spread across everything, which I know is very difficult because it can be very expensive if you're trying to get somebody to help you with every single aspect, and it's very time-consuming. So what I would suggest is obviously your business will have a business goal and its business plan. I would maybe look at that business plan quarter to quarter and say, what are my goals for this quarter? Which channels can help and how? And kind of prioritize how much time you'll spend on each channel. Where you can, I would suggest getting, an expert to help. Or if you can't, then invest in yourself, do some research yourself, do some reading yourself, maybe do a course. And that way, at least you'll have some idea of how to, look after each channel. And the reason why I think it's important to, as much as possible, be over all channels is because if your competitors are doing everything well, then you're already behind the game. Or if they're even just doing everything and you're not doing everything, you're behind the game. So as long as you're, just try to keep your feet in everything, but, use your business plan and look at your goals for your business and see which channel will help you the most with your goals that you have set for the time period that you have set. If that makes sense.
So in that respect, digital marketing is no really different to traditional marketing, because I know in traditional marketing, that's exactly what you would do. You would look at your business goals and then work out what's the best medium to go in your budget and how it all kind of works in together. Whether you do, I know back in the day when I was in business many years ago, it was like, if we're doing a television ad or radio ad, do we couple that with an interview and then couple that with newspaper ad? So it's pretty much what you're saying, I think, to look at it. That's traditional marketing. So that makes a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to skip a little bit to the next question because it kind of ties in with what you've just said. Is it important for business to invest into a social media strategy done by an expert? From what you've said, I think, there's quite a few benefits of doing that. What would you see as the main couple of benefits of doing that?
Yeah, so I think having an expert help you is always a better option. So, the main points would be that you're getting a strategy that has had research. So you're getting somebody who really does understand social media. They should understand the paid side and the non-paid side, and they should be able to align that to your goals. So by getting an expert in, you also get fresh eyes in business owner at any business, to get somebody to look at your business with fresh eyes to say, this is what's working, this is what's not working, this is what could work better. And by getting a social strategy in place by an expert as well, you're able to utilize each platform to the best of you. And a lot of the times I'll find aren't actually utilizing a platform that would benefit them. So for example, you might have a healthcare, a health, what am I trying to say? A health educational service. So courses programs who aren't using Twitter but are using Facebook and Instagram. But Instagram might not actually be where nurses are looking for information when it comes to courses. So not only will they help you align your strategy and, make sure you're optimizing it to the best of its ability, but actually the right platforms, and that you're not overspending yourself on all the platforms there are, and you're not limiting yourself by being on one or two platforms either, unless that's what works.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So having a professional look at the different platforms as to what's suitable for your market, and because you can, I've seen businesses that are all over, like they're over every platform, and obviously not every single one's going to be, going to return the same amount to them, and maybe it's also then about them not wasting time on stuff that aren't working, and I guess it's always about going back and then seeing what's working and what's not as well, and it's obviously much easier when you have someone on board to help you measure that as well. So would you suggest that like a really good social media strategy would include a mix of paid and unpaid activities?
Definitely. So I think one of the thing business should be on, if they choose to be on one, is Facebook, mainly because 95% of Australians are on Facebook, and I think it's about 20% check-in every day. So that's a lot of people that you're targeting. The downside to Facebook is that it's very pay-for-play now. Facebook knows that there's money in businesses using their platform, and so by coupling organic media with paid social media, you'll get the best outcome. Number one, because if you're just posting posts on your page without boosting them, for example, then you're not going to reach the amount of people that you need to reach, and also your message across. So it's a balancing. For example, I wouldn't suggest that you put that much money into it, because it's very easy to grow on that platform and people are quite engaged on Instagram. Okay. But again, it'll depend on what your business, the strategy that's placed around that. So it could be that actually you need minimal paid efforts with your organic efforts, or it could be the other way around. So, but I would definitely.
You're breaking up a little bit, but I think you said you definitely recommend Facebook. That's kind of related to one of the questions that we got today, emailed to me from Chrissy Green, because she was interested to find out whether it's really a big no-no to share. She said, is it really a big no-no to share stuff on my private page for my business? What do you think of that?
Yeah, so that's an interesting one, Chrissy. I think it's your private page is your private page, so you can do whatever you want with that. I mean, if you want to show people that you're successful in your business, why not do that?
Yeah.
I mean, if people what you're doing and how successful you are, I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing your page information on your personal page. I think where the no comes in is if the likes on your professional page are predominantly just you, that could be a bit of because people will be like, she's like this, she's the only one doing it. So that's where I think.
Do you mean like if I post something on my business page and then I like it?
Yeah. So I mean, feel free to like it, but I think it's important that there are other likes in the mix as well.
Yeah.
Which posts can really help.
That's actually one of my big no-nos. I actually try really hard not to like my own post.
It's hard. It is very hard.
Yeah, I have this amazing virtual assistant that works for me, and because she sometimes posts stuff for me, I have to really stop myself from liking my own post because I hadn't posted. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. But yeah, further to that, I post a little bit about I post quite a bit about my business on my personal page, and it does depend on what business you're in as well as to why you're doing it, and going back to the whole business strategy as well. I think as to why are you doing it? Like if your private page is just family and friends sharing photos of kids and pets and whatever, then it's probably not the right forum. It just depends on. I think it depends on why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chrissy also had another question, and I actually looked up her page. She said she's not sure if her page, which is called Just a Sizzle, is considered a private or business page. I had a look. I think it's like a fan page, like a business fan page. Because I think Chrissy shares. I'm having I think it is a fan page, and she's wondering what's better. A private page or a business page? I guess
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so, no, I was
a bit. Yeah.
I think it's a blog. I think she runs a blog.
Okay.
A blog. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess then it will come down to what your goals are. Like, again, if you're trying to reach a wider audience and you're trying to reach people who are outside of your networks, then become a public page so people can find you. And again, I mean, you're not going to grow your reach, and the best way to do that is through a business page. You'll also be given more authority as well. Like when somebody's searching for you on Facebook, if they see that you're, a business page or a blog page or what you are, they will then differentiate you from being, somebody who's just doing.
Yeah, just writing a blog
page for leisure.
Yeah,
exactly. So
I think you could always share a link to your blog on your private page as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that could be a call to action button, for example, your blog page.
Yeah, okay.
So,
yeah,
I would say.
Right. Yeah, okay. Interesting, because I tend to I've got my personal business page and my Facebook group. What do you think of sometimes people, I know lately a lot of people have been saying that Facebook groups are dead. What are your thoughts on it?
I don't think Facebook groups are dead. I think it's just a very saturated market now. There are a lot of anything and everything, double, triple, quadruple Facebook groups for all of these things. So Facebook groups, it's just a matter of finding those quality groups and finding groups that, have content that resonate with you. So, and it's also a great way as well. If you're starting, find other Facebook groups that are similar to your business and that also have your customers in there, or, separated. That's a great way to start, getting your name out there. I wouldn't say to hard sell in Facebook groups, but I think it's a great way to get brands out there as well. But yeah, I don't think it's dead at all. I just think.
I mean, I don't. It's like I love my group, but Juliet's joined us and she's having a laugh. I think we've had a conversation about this before. I think with the groups personally myself that the engagement, everyone talk about how important engagement is, but it is about being a little bit more creative because there are so many groups. Okay. Juliet's got a question I asked. So I think there are ways of being a little bit more creative and kind of setting yourself apart, which may or may not have answered Juliet's question. She said that my group is very busy. Do you have any explanation as to why in marketing terms?
Her group is very busy.
Well, my group, because I'm brilliant.
I just think, again, it just depends on how relevant your content is. If you're posting things and you've got conversations going that people are interested in, then they're going to comment, they're going to write back, they're going to continue, engaging with those posts. So in marketing terms, it's very relevant to content. Relevant.
I will give these guys one tip about Facebook group. That is the theme days. And I've looked at lots of different Facebook groups, and firstly, your theme days, it has to, immediately people have to understand what it is, because if I have to search and work out what your theme day actually mean, the likelihood of me posting, it's probably going to be minimal because I'm on 100 different Facebook groups. So the theme days are really important. And secondly, having theme days that are open rather than closed. So I know some groups have theme days where I just sit there, and this is, related to my next question for you about content. They have theme days that are very narrow focused. So I know that I can't keep posting in there because I don't have any more ideas that would fit into those themes. Yeah. So, one of my tips would be, if you're going to have a Facebook group, have theme days that are easy to understand, and also have very open-ended theme days that people can talk about many different things within those theme days. So that's my tip. But speaking of content, what were you going to add?
I think you brought up a really important point as well about setting expectation within the group as well. So when people come onto the Facebook group, they know what to expect in it and what type of content they'll receive. And so instantly they can say yes, no, whether they want to be a part of it. So people will know that, I want to see more about it, I want to talk more about, and you've already got them engaged with that posting.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's really important to get the conversations going as well, and not just try and always be, like you said before, like the business page, don't like your own post. It's not just about me, So speaking of content, because I know a lot of business owners, this is the bane of my existence, is just working out how to spit out more and more content, because there's only so much in here. Do you have any great tips on creating really good engaging content on a regular basis that people want to read?
Yeah, definitely. So number one, create a content calendar. If you create a content calendar, already is half the work done, because you're not sitting there the day before thinking, what do I write? How do I write it? Where do I get this content? So you have a plan in place. Just like anything, with a plan you can't fail. Or you can fail, but you'll know why.
Yeah.
The number one thing I would say, plan your content. And secondly, do research on what your target audience wants. So Google Keyword Planner is actually a great way to see what people are searching for.
I'm writing it down.
The tool's also in the ebook. So,
great.
Yeah, so that's a great way as well. Just to, basically what you can do there is type in a query, and you'll find what people are searching in relation to that. Another thing you can do is in the Google search bar, say you want to write some, as a digital marketer, say if I wanted to write a post about Instagram, I could asterisk to Google. What that does, it gives me anything that people have typed before Instagram. So it could be how to use Instagram, Facebook versus Instagram, whatever it is. Basically, it'll show you the top search of what people are searching for there.
Yeah, you just broke up a little bit. What did you say did you say hashtag and search with a hashtag? Asterisk.
Yeah, so basically, for like another example, if you put in how to Instagram, your Google search results will then be how to most common search Instagram. And that can be So that can be a great indication of what people in your target audience are searching for, what they want to look out for. BuzzSumo is also, not BuzzSumo, sorry, so a great tool for finding out what people want to talk about or listen to. Another thing you can do is just ask your audience. If you have a really engaged Facebook group or a Facebook page, ask them what they want to know more about. And another thing I would also say is include real content. So what by that I mean, images, music if you can. Basically, that also helps with your SEO results as well, because Google is looking for media in posts, mainly because it makes the user and it's a lot of image and video when it comes to content, rather than showing the content of having to read written content. Sorry.
So having kind of more multimedia type content. So by what you're saying, is it important to have a blog on your work website, on your business website, do you think? I know you have a beautiful blog.
I would highly suggest getting a blog for your website if you do have a website. Number one, it helps with SEO. I mean, it's not the be all and end all of SEO, but it can also help you to, what our first question was back to whether you should focus on SEO or social media. By having blog content, you can also share that on social media. And that, again, link back to your page, which is another kind of indicator to Google of relevant content. So I think that's another important reason to have blog content on your site. And also, depending on what industry you're in, people, if they engage with your content, they'll be more likely to list as well, because they'll know that they'll receive this type of information. It also gives them a deeper understanding of your website, of your knowledge. It reaffirms your authority in the industry. So I think there are a lot of advantages, both on page and off page, to having to having a blog page.
Yeah, because it's building that trust and then leading to a purchase then. I can't see any other questions there. I might just see if you guys have any questions, please put in the comments below this. And I'm sure, are you happy for people that miss this live, because the recording will be there for them to keep asking you questions, because I'm sure there are heaps of questions.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll just respond to the comment.
Yeah. Was there anything else you'd like to add that you see as being extremely important? I think for startups too, what would you suggest they do first in terms of their digital marketing?
So in terms, I would say have your social media pages up first.
Okay.
Mainly because, SEO, a new website can take 4, 5, 6 months to rank. So unless you've got budget to start Google AdWords straight away, I would highly recommend social pages, because you can just instantly be on the scene, target your audience, get people to like your page on Instagram, and you can start interacting with that target audience straight away. And it'll also, relevance. I mean, if you're not on social media as a business, you're going to die. That's what I believe.
Well, no, that's huge. Now, what do you think about YouTube?
Yes, I think things where people either get it really right or really wrong.
Okay.
So I think
tell us what we're doing to get it really wrong.
I think YouTube is great. So, I mean, we already said, video content is how people are consuming most of their, information now online. So if you have a YouTube channel, go for it. But YouTube has an expectation to have good video content. So if you're going to be on YouTube, you have to be able to, as a business, invest in a good production team, good content, relevant content, and then have to YouTube videos. So to put money behind it so people will actually come and see it as well. So it's not just a matter of posting up videos, and it's something you should be doing constantly. So on the flip side to that, I would say use Facebook video live. Facebook video, people don't expect you to have high quality video. They expect you to just give them relevant information. So unless you've got a massive team of video editors behind you with good budget, I would steer away from YouTube unless that is what you do, unless you're photography or in photography or anything like that.
I can attest to that because we started a YouTube channel for my business a couple of years ago, and I think we've got about 2 or 3 videos up. But I've sold that business now. But it was a full day of shooting just for a 15-minute video. And mind you, I was working with my husband, and he's not a trained actor, which might have taken why we took so long to get the video going. But Juliet's got another question: the best types of social media.
So, okay, so the best types of social media, I'll answer it in 2 ways just because I'm not sure it is. I'll answer in terms of channel and then in terms of content. So in terms of channels, social media, when you're first starting out, Facebook and Instagram, definitely, or Facebook and Twitter. It would depend on, again, what industry you're in and where your target audience is. But Facebook is a must, and then or Twitter, depending on your target audience. And then when you have time and you have a strategy and you have content, I would then grow to YouTube or Pinterest and things like that. In terms of
Pinterest is an interesting one.
Yeah, and in terms of engaging content, things like videos and images. So naturally, Facebook will give in the algorithm, Facebook will give you higher importance to video posts. Okay. So those are the 2 types of posts that I would definitely recommend. And Facebook Lives. So Facebook wants to overtake YouTube. So they will push your live video tomorrow. So
I have noticed that actually. Like I get a lot of engagement with the Facebook Lives, and since I started doing them, I can see that my stuff always coming up.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of answered. And you talked about content as well, so that was the video content being higher. Yeah, awesome. Juliet's got Pinterest is great for design, but I don't know how much else. This is kind of the question that I've got with Pinterest. If I want to start using Pinterest, how do I start for a business?
So what I would do, if you're going to use Pinterest, I would link it straight to your. So for me personally, unless you are, a baker or you design clothes or shoes or things like that, I would focus your Pinterest efforts in line with your SEO strategy. So Pinterest is really great for links and SEO link backs. So when you're creating content from Pinterest, as a hygiene rule, create boards, create relevant content in your boards, and try to make the most original content in there, but also, share and pin other people's stuff as well. Try as much as you can to have links, and only use that if you have a good SEO strategy aligned with it, or like I said, if you're in the photography industry, you bake goods, or you sell, a product that are very niche and things like that as well. So like anything,
so that's great, because from what you just said, I could very easily use Pinterest even for my business that's not visual, because you could create boards of ideas, inspiration, or whatever. So that's really cool. I haven't thought about that before, so that's great. Is there any other tips that you think would be really useful for us in this group here? Because I know a lot of these guys, they do their own social media digital marketing. With the email marketing as well, I guess there's no point getting people's email addresses if you're not emailing them on a regular basis. And one of the main questions that I see around the place is, how often should you be emailing your list?
So that's a good question. I think it depends again. It depends on your a lot of research has actually shown that people don't mind receiving emails more often. So I think once a week is a good way to start, and then just look at your stats. Again, you should also place triggered emails like welcome emails, abandoned carts if you sell products. Somebody's signed up from a lead generation ad that you've done, then put them into a lead generation email, then bring them into the newsletter send. But I would say once a week is fine. And again, if you're not sure, that people can choose their frequencies. So, you can have different newsletter opt-ins, ask them how often they'd like to receive emails, and then put them into that list. and only send to them that often.
Okay, that's a great tip, actually, because I know it's one of those things that people do worry about, and I know there are different school of thoughts on it. Some people like to email daily, and other people, I don't want to be as a... So that's great to have the option. Yeah, awesome. So I think we might wrap up now. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, I think daily is fine if that's, if that's what people expect from you. As long as when people sign expectations, they say, sign up to receive daily or weekly emails. Like, set that expectation before they sign up so they know exactly how often they'll receive them.
And I guess it goes back to content as well. If your content's good, people are not going to mind. I know that certain people that email me every day that I will always open their emails because I know they've got great content and I always get something from it. So, yeah, I think it goes back to content again.
Exactly.
So I think we might wrap up for tonight. You've given us so much of your time and so much value in answering all our questions. And, it's just been a great interview. I'll just remind everyone that the free ebook on SEO, you can download from the link. I will comment in this, what do you call it? The feed, the Facebook Live comments. When I'm done here. So go ahead and download that and check out Get Digi with it. I love that name. So Neelam, thank you so much once again for doing all these. It's great to connect with you actually and get to know you. So if you don't mind, if the guys have more questions and comment, we'd love to see your answers, and we might have to get you back on here, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. No, thanks for having me on. It's very fun. And if you comment below with more questions, I'll just be on it, reply to the comments, and
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, you have a good night and a great week. Monday tomorrow. But I will try tomorrow now. I will try at lunchtime to actually go for a walk in between doing stuff. See if I can just take a break. So thank you so much for that. And we've got a few thank yous as well from the comments. So awesome having you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, bye.
Yeah.